Hello everyone, welcome to Synopsis IAS. My name is Divyanshi Singh. I'm selected as Deputy Collector in UP PCS 2020. Also, I have secured All India rank 726 in UPSC Civil Services Examination. So इस लेक्चर में हम कवर करेंगे G20. So G20 it's an important international organization. So उसके बारे में हम इस लेक्चर में पढ़ेंगे, right? So this lecture is part of mains classroom program. About more courses which are available at Synopsis IAS, you can visit synopsisias.in. यहाँ पर आपको बाकी जो भी कोर्सेज अवेलेबल हैं उनके बारे में डिटेल में जानकारी मिल जाएगी, क्या अप्रोच है, किस तरीके से कोई भी टॉपिक कवर किया जाएगा उस पर्टिकुलर कोर्स में, उसकी भी आपको डिटेल स्ट्रैटेजी मिल जाएगी. नाउ मूविंग ऑन टू द टॉपिक G20. सो सबसे पहले हम इसमें क्या बात करेंगे कि G20 है क्या, व्हाट इट इज़, राइट. देन कैसे इसका ओरिजिन हुआ, हाउ इट ओरिजिनेटेड. देन वी विल टॉक अबाउट वर्किंग ऑफ G20, हाउ डज इट वर्क. वर्किंग हो गया, फंक्शनिंग हो गया, स्ट्रक्चर हो गया, राइट. दैट विल टॉक अबाउट. सो वर्किंग एंड स्ट्रक्चर. उसके बाद में विल टॉक अबाउट व्हाट आर द एरियाज, right, what are the areas in which it works. So areas of functioning, right, कि कौन से areas पे ये काम करती है, what are the issues which are addressed by this body, right. उसके अलावा significance क्या है इसकी आज के टाइम में, अगर हम देखें relevance क्या है, significance क्या है, achievements क्या है इसके, उनके बारे में बात करेंगे, right. देन अगर कोई रीसेंट समिट हुई है तो अभी रीसेंट समिट जो हुई थी उसके बारे में भी विल टॉक अबाउट कि क्या रीसेंट समिट के क्या टेक अवेज थे, क्या पॉइंट्स थे. देन व्हाट आर द चैलेंजेस दैट दिस G20 फेसेस, उसके बारे में हम बात करेंगे, राइट. तो शुरू करते हैं. सबसे पहले तो G20 है क्या, राइट, व्हाट इट इज़. सो G20 क्या है, इट इज़ एन इनफॉर्मल ग्रुप. इट इज़ एन इनफॉर्मल ग्रुप, राइट, जिसमें कितने सदस्य हैं. इट इज़ एन इनफॉर्मल ग्रुप ऑफ 19 कंट्रीज प्लस यूरोपियन यूनियन. सो टोटल हो गया G20, राइट. सो G20 it's an annual meeting of leaders from countries with the largest and fastest growing economies. So G20 is actually a bridge. It is actually a platform which connects both. G20 it's a platform which connects developed and developing world. It connects developed and developing world, right. So its members account for 85% of world's GDP. So जो भी members हैं they account for 85% of world का GDP, right. All the major and emerging economies are represented in this body, right. And also it represents 2/3 of world population, यानी 75% of world population is represented by this body, right. तो अगर हम यहाँ पे इसके ओरिजिन की बात करें, हाउ दिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, हाउ दिस ग्रुपिंग ऑफ G20 कंट्रीज actually came into being, how it evolved, right. So origin की बात करें, so 1997 से 1999 के बीच में in the aftermath of Asian financial crisis, आफ्टरमथ ऑफ एशियन फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस 1997 से 1999 के बीच में जो है मिनिस्टेरियल लेवल मीटिंग्स हुई, मिनिस्टेरियल लेवल फोरम्स बनाए गए, राइट, विच वॉज इनिशिएटेड बाय G7 कंट्रीज. Now what is G7? G7 is also a political intergovernmental organization है ये, right. If you talk about G7, so what are the countries which are part of it? G7 के सदस्य कौन कौन है. G7 के सदस्य हैं UK, यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स, यूनाइटेड किंगडम, कनाडा, जर्मनी, फ्रांस, इटली, जापान. So these G7 countries which represent all the developed countries, right, the largest economies in the world. So these G7 countries in the aftermath of Asian financial crisis, right? This Asian financial crisis ये क्यों हुई थी? This happened because of the Asian tigers, right? Southeast Asian countries जिनकी इकोनॉमी एक्चुअली वहाँ पे बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट क्राइसिस हुआ, दे एक्चुअली ओपन, उन्होंने अपनी फुल कैपिटल अकाउंट कन्वर्टेबिलिटी जो है वहाँ पर थी, कैपिटल अकाउंट कन्वर्टेबिलिटी. सो बिकॉज ऑफ सम इवेंट्स द कैपिटल जो है दैट स्टार्टेड मूविंग आउट फ्रॉम दैट कंट्री, राइट. सो जो भी यहाँ पर फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस देखने को मिली थी, about that we'll not go in detail, right? But Asian financial crisis that happened in these Asian tigers, Southeast Asian countries, right? Because of their full capital account convertibility they allowed, तो उसकी वजह से यहाँ पर ये crisis देखने को मिली थी. So in the aftermath of this crisis, the G7 countries, the most advanced countries, right, they invited ministerial level meetings, right? They invited ministerial level meetings और forums, right, of both developed and developing countries. दोनों developed and developing economies की जो है ministerial level forum जो है that was initiated by G7 countries, right? And till 1999 तक आते आते finance ministers हो गए, right? Finance ministers along with जो central bank governors हैं, they also started meeting, right? To discuss the financial regime, fiscal policies, financial regulations and all, right? And then finally after 2008, we have seen 2008 global financial crisis, 1997-1999 में Asian financial crisis थी, and in 2008 world saw global financial crisis, right? So global financial crisis होने के बाद में it was realized कि जो है heads of these G20 countries, all the heads of these G20 countries should at least meet annually, right, to discuss these important economic issues, right? और उसके बाद में जो सेंट्रल बैंक गवर्नर्स हैं या फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर्स हैं, they would be meeting साल में 2 बार to discuss all the monetary policies, right, and other financial issues. So ये origin की बात करें तो एशियन फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस के through it evolved by the initiative of G7 countries, right? And G20 countries, it is a bridge between developed and developing countries. It consists of 20 countries, out of which 19 plus European Union, right? So you should also know what all are the countries which are part of which are part of G20 countries, right? And this G20 grouping, it actually represents 85% of global GDP and 2/3 of world population, right? This will be a good intro. If you have some facts like these, so it can be a good intro, right? So यहाँ पे it was also asked in prelims in 2020, लाइक G20 कंट्रीज़ के सदस्य मेंबर्स कौन कौन है. सो आपको अगैन ये इंपॉर्टेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, इंपॉर्टेंट ग्रुपिंग है, तो मेंबर्स पता होने चाहिए. ऑल दो 20 हैं तो याद करने में थोड़ा दिक्कत होगी, बट लॉजिकली इफ़ यू विल थिंक यू विल गेट टू नो, राइट. सो 1 इज़ USA, यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स इज़ देयर, राइट. उसके अलावा यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स के बाद कनाडा है, कनाडा के बाद मेक्सिको है. तो 3 कंट्रीज तो आपके नॉर्थ अमेरिका से हो गए, राइट. देन 2 कंट्रीज आपके साउथ अमेरिका से है, ब्राज़ील एंड अर्जेंटीना, राइट. उसके अलावा आपके मेंबर्स हैं यूके, राइट. सो यूके इज़ 1 मेंबर, फ्रांस इज़ अदर मेंबर. सो यूके, फ्रांस, इटली, जर्मनी. उसके अलावा टर्की, रशिया, इंडिया, सऊदी अरेबिया, अफ्रीकन कॉन्टिनेंट से साउथ अफ्रीका, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, इंडोनेशिया, जापान, साउथ कोरिया. एंड यहाँ पे कनाडा, USA, मेक्सिको, ब्राज़ील, अर्जेंटीना. सो 3 to 5 इधर ये हो गए आपके 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, राइट. सो दीज 19 countries and this China. So So these 19 countries plus the European Union countries, these are represented in it, right? So जो भी ऑरेंज वाले कंट्रीज हैं इस मैप में, these are the G20 countries plus the European Union, right? उसके अलावा जो ब्लू वाले कंट्रीज हैं, these are the guest countries, right? So you should also be knowing the names of the countries which are part of G20, right? So अगर हम बात करें रेलिवेंट से पहले, if we talk about कि what is the working, how does this organization, how does this grouping works, right? So G20 की अगर हम working की बात करें, so it has two tracks. One is the financial track, finance track, and other is the Sherpa track. सो फाइनेंस ट्रैक में क्या होता है, जो भी सेंट्रल बैंक के गवर्नर्स हैं, फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर्स हैं, वो साल में 2 बार या जितनी भी बार मिलते हैं, राइट? दे डिस्कस सेवरल फिस्कल इश्यूज, फाइनेंशियल रेगुलेशंस, ये सब ये डिस्कस करते हैं, राइट? एंड शेरपा ट्रैक क्या होता है? शेरपा ट्रैक क्या है? इट एक्चुअली इंक्लूड शेरपा हु आर द डिप्लोमैट्स. ये डिप्लोमैट्स होते हैं जो कि किसी भी कंट्री के हेड को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं, राइट? एंड दे फोकस ऑन ब्रॉडर इश्यूज. व्हाट इश्यूज? लाइक करप्शन है, लाइक क्लाइमेट चेंज है, डेवलपमेंट है, एनर्जी है, पॉलिटिकल डेवलपमेंट है. सो दे टॉक अबाउट दीज, राइट? एंड दे एक्चुअली प्रिपेयर द एजेंडा on which जो भी head of G20 countries हैं, they will meet up and discuss. So this is the Sherpa track, which includes your diplomats, and one is finance track, which includes your finance ministers, central bank governors, right? And at the highest level there is the head of the G20 countries meeting, which happens annually since 2008. So this is how this organization works, right? देन अगर हम इसके फंक्शनिंग की बात करें कि किस तरीके से प्रेसिडेंसी रोटेट होती है, सो देर आर, ये जो 19 कंट्रीज़ हैं, दीज 19 कंट्रीज़ आर एक्चुअली डिवाइडेड इनटू 5 ग्रुप्स, राइट? हर ग्रुप में ईच ग्रुप हैज़ 4 कंट्रीज, राइट? सो इंडिया जो है वो ग्रुप 2 में है. इंडिया ग्रुप 2 में है, तो इंडिया के साथ ग्रुप 2 में और कौन कौन से कंट्रीज हैं? इंडिया के साथ ग्रुप 2 में रशिया है, राइट? देन साउथ अफ्रीका है, उसके अलावा इंडिया के साथ टर्की है, राइट? सो यहाँ पर ये जो G20 की प्रेसिडेंसी है, दैट रोटेट्स, प्रेसिडेंसी ऑफ G20 इट रोटेट्स एनुअली, राइट? और G20 की कोई परमानेंट सेक्रेटेरिएट या परमानेंट हेडक्वार्टर्स नहीं, राइट? सो दैट यू शुड बी नोइंग. देन उसके साथ साथ G20 के में और कई सारे इंटरनेशनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं विच कोऑपरेट विद दिस पर्टिकुलर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, विद दिस पर्टिकुलर ग्रुपिंग, जैसे कि इंटरनेशनल मॉनेटरी फंड है, वर्ल्ड बैंक है, वर्ल्ड ट्रेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, इंटरनेशनल लेबर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है. सो दीज आर द बॉडीज विच एक्चुअली कोऑपरेट विद द G20, राइट? उसके अलावा बिजनेस टू बिजनेस ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं, सिविल सोसाइटीज़ हैं, NGOs हैं, रिसर्च बॉडीज़ हैं, थिंक टैंक्स हैं, उनके साथ भी G20 जो है वो कोऑपरेट करता है ऑन सेवरल इश्यूज, राइट? सो दैट ऑल्सो यू शुड बी नोइंग. उसके बाद अगर हम बात करें व्हाट आर द इश्यूज दैट G20 टेक अप, सो इट टेक्स अप सेवरल इश्यूज लाइक एनर्जी है, सो एनर्जी क्राइसिस है, फाइनेंशियल रेगुलेशन है, फाइनेंशियल मार्केट है, टैक्सेशन सिस्टम है, उसके अलावा टेररिज्म है, सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट है, राइट? करप्शन है, एग्रीकल्चर है, एग्रीकल्चर, करप्शन, टूरिज्म, टैक्स, ट्रेड, राइट? उसके अलावा क्लाइमेट चेंज है, ग्लोबल हेल्थ है, global health, climate change. So these are several issues which are actually dealt by the G20 countries, right? So now if we talk about what is the achievement, what is the relevance of this G20 grouping in recent times. So achievements की बात करें या फिर relevance की बात करें या फिर significance की बात करें of G20 in these changing times, right? So changing times में G20 have focused not only on macro economy and trade, like we have discussed this, right? इसका जो agenda है, that is not just trade and macro economy, it also focus on several issues like sustainable development, like One Health, like counter terrorism, climate change, migration, refugees, right? Choking fundings for terrorist activities, उसके अलावा market access for new kinds of drugs, right? Then entrepreneurship को promote करना है, fighting against corruption. These are some of the agendas of this particular grouping. So it not just only focuses upon the trade or macroeconomy, but several other issues are being focused, right? Then it helps in strengthening the international financial regulatory system, better coordination among countries. So it strengthens international financial regulatory system, right? So that is another important aspect, right? It talks about an inclusive and sustainable world. So we have talked about how that G20 countries में participants कौन होते हैं, what are the members? 19 countries plus European Union, so there are 20 participants. But we have also seen that there are several guest countries, right? You have seen in this blue, the countries which are represented by this blue, these are actually the guest countries. So G20 also involves countries which are not actually part of this grouping. So it is more inclusive, right? Grouping is more inclusive across the continents, across the both the developing and the developed world are present in it. So it is more inclusive, and it talks about a sustainable world, right? And how we can resolve these global issues. So in the present time, if we see that the challenges that are coming, right, the challenges which are coming like terrorism, terrorism is a global problem. Pandemic like COVID-19, it is a global problem, right? And these global problems cannot be dealt with by local solutions, right? So for that we need a coordinated approach. We need both the developing and the developed countries to cooperate on these global issues, right, which are emerging. So G20 can provide an effective platform. So it is a platform which provides better communication between both the developed and the developing countries, right, by bringing together these countries. And also इनकी approach क्या है, consensus based approach है, right? More rational decision making कर सके through discussion. So that is the process, right? उसके अलावा it also ensures कि यहाँ पर जो international financial system है, like international taxation system है, उसको international taxation system, so इसमें जो लूप होल्स है उनको ख़त्म किया जा सके, राइट, टू मेक इट मोर ट्रांसपेरेंट, so there are some initiatives which are taken by this particular body. So what are those initiatives like base erosion and profit shifting. So base erosion and profit shifting is of OECD. G20 played an important role in that, right? So it actually helps in eliminating international taxation system में जो भी loop holes हैं उनको ख़त्म करने के लिए. उसके अलावा it also helped in establishment of Financial Stability Board. Right, G20 helped in formation of Financial Stability Board in the aftermath of global financial crisis, right? So it plays a very important role in international financial regulation system, right? उसके अलावा what G20 has done, it has actually increased lending. It has increased lending from multilateral developmental banks. So again, it has increased the accessibility to the credit, right, उसके अलावा it has also provided emergency funds. So emergency funds during the 2008 financial crisis, right? It provided emergency funds which actually played a very important role in financing for development. So this body has a very important role. It has several achievements, right, in global governance, financial governance. It has played a very important role, right? Now if we talk about the recent summit of G20 countries, right, so the relevance question, इससे पहले we talk about the recent summit of G20. So अभी recent summit कहाँ हुई थी? Which country had the presidency? So recently Italy had the presidency of G20 countries. So यहाँ पर हुई summit, right? इंडिया की अगर हम बात करें, इंडिया के पास कब प्रेसिडेंसी होगी? So India will hold the presidency of G20 countries in 2023, right? So that you should know. So अभी जो recent summit हुई थी उसका एजेंडा क्या था? उसका 3 important एजेंडा था. One is your COVID-19, right? Second was the global economic recovery, during pandemic, and third important was sustainable development in Africa. So it talked about climate change, right? How it has made several climatic events more extreme and more variable. So when the climate events, they have become more extreme, more variable, its impact on agriculture is all the more pronounced, right? So when the impact on agriculture is all the more pronounced, we have seen that there are issues of food insecurity. There are issues of hunger, right? And it is all the more increasing in countries like in African countries. So these are some of the issues which are actually dealt by in the recent meeting. So COVID-19 में it has discussed important concepts like One Health. अब वन हेल्थ का कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है? वन हेल्थ का कॉन्सेप्ट वी कीप इन माइंड while formulating policies, while formulating programs, right, which includes multiple sectors. So multiple sectors से आप communicate करते हो, आप input लेते हो, right, you work together so that आप better public outcomes achieve कर सको, right? So वन हेल्थ का concept it also includes human health, it includes animal health, it also includes environmental health, as all are interrelated, right? If we talk about animal health, so animals, when they are infected with viruses, with bacteria, so that sometimes they become host and then that is also transferred to humans, so it becomes a human health issue, right? Environmental health की बात करें, so if the environment is more polluted, more global warming and climate change is happening. So global warming, more ice caps, more ice are melting, and it is said through several research that more dangerous viruses are actually locked in the permafrost, in the ice. And if global temperatures are increasing, ice are melting, more such deadlier viruses could actually escape, could actually be free, and then it can wreak havoc, right? So that impact of environment health on animal health, on human health, so everything is interrelated. So we have to now focus upon the concept of One Health, right? Then the meeting also focused on Africa, right? Africa is the continent which is already marred by several issues, right? They have internal conflicts, right? वहाँ पे climatic hazards भी ज़्यादा होते हैं because of its location, right? Tropical location, so many of the tropical African countries face conditions of drought, right? Then वहाँ पे internal conflicts हैं, hunger का problem है, extreme weather का problem है, right? And then because of this COVID-19, जो भी वहाँ पे developmental efforts हो रहे थे, they were reversed, right? And now many of the African nations are actually facing the problem of hunger, right? Then climate change, it talked about climate change, कि how climatic events, they are extreme events, they have become all the more frequent, they have become more extreme, right? And that has an impact on agriculture. And when it has extreme climate events have impact on agriculture, in turn food security is impacted, राइट, फार्मर्स इनकम इम्पैक्टेड, उसके अलावा हंगर इश्यूज होते हैं एंड दैट एक्चुअली लीड्स टू पॉवर्टी, माल न्यूट्रिशन and this vicious cycle moves like that, right? So this meeting talks about that. Then India में अभी जो recent मीटिंग हुई थी G20 की, उसमें इंडिया का क्या स्टैंड था, राइट? सो इंडिया स्पोक अबाउट वैक्सीन इक्विटी. वैक्सीन इक्विटी का क्या मतलब है कि द अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ वैक्सीन इक्विटी, इसका मतलब है कि वैक्सीन दैट शुड नॉट बी अवेलेबल ओनली टू द कंट्रीज हु आर प्रोड्यूसिंग वैक्सीन, इट शुड बी इक्विटेबल टू ऑल द कंट्रीज. दीज वैक्सीन शुड बी अवेलेबल टू ऑल द कंट्रीज एंड सो दे शुड बी अफोर्डेबल एंड देन दे शुड बी इक्विटेबल. ऐसा ना हो कि ओनली सर्टन सेक्शन ऑफ द सोसाइटी दे आर रिसीविंग इट, अदर आर नॉट रिसीविंग इट. सो वैक्सीन इक्विटी की बात इंडिया ने रखी. देन इंडिया एंड साउथ अफ्रीका दे एक्चुअली पुट फॉरवर्ड अ प्रपोजल दैट जो भी वैक्सीन्स हैं उसका मास प्रोडक्शन करने के लिए इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स वेवर दे दिए जाएं सो दैट दीज वैक्सीन्स कुड बी प्रोड्यूस्ड इन मैसिव स्केल, राइट? But that move was criticized by European Union. So again, India talked about that we should be having vaccine equity, right? They should not be just available to the producing countries, but then should be available to all at an affordable price, right? Then India also said that there should be decentralized globalization. There should be decentralized globalization, right? ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि there is one country which is providing. There are countries which are providing market access and raw materials, and then production is happening in altogether another country, right? So ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए in all the cases. Production should also be decentralized to the countries which have the raw material, which actually provide the market. So India talked about कि there should be decentralized globalization, right? And the pandemic has shown that supply chain was very much vulnerable. Supply chain is very much vulnerable to events like pandemic, right? So we should be building a more resilient supply chain. We should be building a more resilient supply chain, right? So for that there must be more integration, there must be more decentralized globalization, and as the world today is more integrated, we should be focusing upon, right, how we can make this globalization more decentralized and more inclusive, right? So these were some of the points which were kept forward by India. Now if we talk about what are the challenges, अगर हम आज के टाइम में G20 के रेलेवेंस को क्वेश्चन करें, right? So again it is questioned on several fronts. So we'll talk about what are the challenges that G20 faces. सो चैलेंजेस क्या है? चैलेंजेस आर लाइक कि पहले तो इट डज नॉट हैव एनी एनफोर्समेंट मैकेनिज्म. कोई एनफोर्समेंट मैकेनिज्म नहीं है. दिस इज़ वन क्रिटिसिज्म, नो एनफोर्समेंट मैकेनिज्म. उसके बाद इट इज़ एन इनफॉर्मल ग्रुप. सो व्हेन इट इज़ एन इनफॉर्मल ग्रुप, इट्स डिसीजंस आर नॉट बाइंडिंग. डिसीजंस आर नॉट बाइंडिंग. So this is another criticism. उसके अलावा it also becomes the victim of the bilateral tensions, right? जैसे कि USA चाइना के बीच में bilateral tensions है, तो बाकी एजेंडा मीटिंग का इग्नोर हो जाता है and then bilateral issues फोकस हो जाता है. International media also seems to be very interested in ignoring the official agenda of G20 and then they focus on bilateral talks क्या हुई दो countries के बीच में, जैसे USA चाइना, right? Then protectionism is increasing, trade war between USA and China, they also impact the meetings of G20, the agenda of G20, right? Then these are some of the challenges. उसके अलावा if we talk about कि multilateral trade was also kept out of the ambit of G20. So G20 के ambit में multilateral trade नहीं आता है and G7 के ambit में आता है. So we know कि G7 countries they actually only represent the developed world, right? Whereas G20 countries, they represent both developing as well as developed world. So it is more inclusive. G7 जो होगा वो डेवलप्ड नेशंस का एजेंडा आगे रखेगा, राइट, जबकि G20 में डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज विल ऑल्सो से. सो यहाँ पर डेलिबरेटली ट्रेड, मल्टीलेटरल ट्रेड को G20 के एम्बिट से बाहर रखा गया है ताकि G7 जो है ट्रेड रिलेटेड मैटर्स पे WTO में जो नेगोशिएशंस होते हैं उनको इन्फ्लुएंस कर सके, डेवलप्ड वर्ल्ड का एजेंडा सामने रख सके, राइट, डेवलपिंग वर्ल्ड यहाँ पर कुछ ना बोल सके. सो G20 के एम्बिट से ट्रेड को बाहर रखा गया है, right? So that is also important criticism. So if we talk about G20, we have discussed what are the achievements of G20, what is the relevance of G20 in recent times. So you'll talk about that in global governance, in global trade governance and global governance today. Institutions which actually represent both developing and the developed countries, right? It involves 80% of global GDP and 75% of world population. Platforms like these are actually inclusive and are actually required in this reformed multilateralism, the idea that India promotes. These kind of institutions are actually important, right? These are the institutions at where several important key issues can be highlighted. So it is important for global governance and also global cooperation between different countries, right? Both developing and developed countries. So again, there should be reformed multilateralism. There is a need for revival of multilateralism, as the challenges which are coming today, they can't be dealt locally. So we need a more coordinated approach, and we also need cooperation in trade. So the challenges that we just talked about, ki multilateral trade is not included in the agenda of G20, we need to include also. So trade must be included on G20 agenda. So you talk about the importance and end on a positive note that yes, for the global governance, platforms like these are actually important, which are inclusive and represent the interest of both developing and the developed world. For and a coordinated approach, more inclusive approach can actually help in evolving a better and a more inclusive global order, right? So that you can talk about. So this was it for this lecture. Thank you.